video will help you with both skill number 1, main idea, and skill number 2, supporting details. I'm going to write a word on the paper. What is the meaning of this word? You got it? Okay, here's another word. What's the meaning of this word? We have general and we have specific. Now, you may have stopped yourself as I started to write the next word and flipped-flopped your thinking, because I'll tell you, it's very common for us to mix-match these two words. We kind of know what they both mean, but then sometimes we accidentally call them by the opposite name. So it's time now, once and for all, to get a sense of what is general, what is specific, and memorize it and never mix it up again, because this is going to help us with main ideas and supporting details. Now here's a little trick. It's a complete accident, total coincidence, that general starts with the letter G and specific starts with the letter S. Alright, where am I going with this? Well, as a teacher, I look for ways to help you memorize things, to help them stick so you don't mess them up anymore. Well, G also happens to be the end of the word big. There we have it. That's the meaning of general, or part of the understanding of the concept. General ideas are broad. They're big. They're overall. In terms of metaphors that are used to relate to reading, general ideas are an umbrella over all of the other information, or if you wish, a bowl containing all of the details. So here are two metaphors. You may think of others, but there's the idea of general, is that they don't have anything that we can picture in it. It's typically foggy or vague, but it definitely is going to frame all the other ideas that it is connected to. Well, by process of elimination now, you've probably figured out what specific is and what the S stands for. Again, it's complete coincidence, but S is the beginning of the word small, so that's perfect, because specific ideas are not the broad ones, but the narrow ones. They're not the overall idea, they are the details. You know, they're not the umbrella or the bowl, they're the things under the umbrella or inside the bowl. We often call them supports, examples. Sometimes we call them reasons. Okay? Rather than being the frame, they're going to be the pieces or the parts or the images inside the frame. Well, this hopefully reveals now what's the difference between a main idea and a supporting detail. Main ideas are big ideas. They're general. They're overall. A main idea is phrased in a statement. I mean, like a complete sentence. But here's the catch. An author won't always give you that sentence. Sometimes we think it may be at the beginning of a passage, but that's not always true. A main idea can be at the beginning. It can be at the end of a passage. It can even be in the middle of a passage. And I'll tell you what, it may not even be in the passage. So, what do we rely on in finding the main idea? We rely on the details. You don't have a passage if you don't have supporting details. You have to have some information. You have to have some bits and pieces and parts that an author is talking about in order to have a passage. What differs is whether or not the author tells you what the frame is around all those details, or if they leave it up to you, the reader, to put together all the details to figure out the main idea. Like I said, because there are always details. We will talk more about main idea in the next video.